Locking away 99.8% of the solar system, our existence is solely due to living in the star's atmosphere. The sun's year, that is, the time it takes to orbit the center of the Milky Way, is a mere 230 million years. The sun has an axial tilt of 7.25 degrees compared to Earth's 23.5 degrees. The sun's rotation is hard to measure, not because the sun is bright, but because the sun is not solid. Different parts spin at different rates. At the equator, the sun spins around in 25 Earth days, but at the poles it's 36 days. Armed with proper solar protection, peering at the ball of fire from Earth, it appears as if the sun is monotonous and boring. The sun is dynamic and energetic. The sun's surface is full of features like sunspots, coronal holes, and solar flares. Sunspots look like dark holes in the sun because they are cooler areas that are caused by the magnetic interference. The sun's uneven rotation means that its magnetic field gets tangled as the surface churns. This causes the field to break and parts of it to poke out from the surface. Those areas are cooler, causing sunspots. Coronal holes are patches of the sun's atmosphere with lower densities. They appear as darker splotches in ultraviolet light. These are the areas where the sun's magnetic field is connected directly to interplanetary space. It allows for high stream wind to escape into the solar system. Solar flares are what happen when the magnetic field becomes very tangled and breaks. This results in the release of energy, the level of billions of hydrogen bombs. Coronal mass ejections, or CMEs, are clouds of magnetized particles that follow a solar flare. They can be responsible for bright auroras and can cause power outages. Measuring in at 1.4 million kilometers, the sun is big, but it's far from the biggest wonders that the universe has laid in front of us. There are stars out there that are more than 100 times our sun's size. However, you would need 1.3 million Earths to fill up the insides of the sun. But due to the sun's gaseous nature, it would take only 330,000 Earths to balance the scales. The sun doesn't have moons because it isn't a planet. However, it is circled by about 3 trillion objects. Did you know that the sun wobbles? There is a reason for this, and I'll explain it in another video. Once there was a nebula. It was then disturbed by the explosion of a nearby star. This disturbance caused the nebula to collapse in on itself, spinning faster and faster until it flattened into a disk. Gravity took material to the center, and soon there was a protostar. This protostar drew in more material until the star we call our sun was born. The newborn sun blasted solar wind, pushing most of the lighter elements to the edge of the solar system, beyond the snow line. This caused there to be a significant difference between the outer and inner planets. The solar wind also created one of our shields from interstellar space, the heliosphere. The heliosphere is the shell that protects the solar system, or most of it, from interstellar cosmic radiation. Basically, it means that we live in the sun's atmosphere. But the sun is also old, like really old. The sun has gone through half its life already, with some major events in store for us in the next half of its life. The sun will be 10% brighter in the next 1 billion years, and that extra heat will cause oceans to evaporate. 5 billion years from now, the sun will likely become a red giant, weakening its gravitational hold as it expands to engulf Mercury and Venus. Did I mention that the sun is very hot? Mysteriously, the coolest part of the sun is in the middle. The corona reaches up to 2 million degrees Celsius, whilst the center scorches at 15 million degrees Celsius. The photosphere somehow maintains a chill 10,000 degrees. The sun is organized into layers or zones. Nuclear fusion happening in the core generates photons, which quickly make it to the radiation and convection zones. Here, the photons take part in a drunken walk, basically randomly bouncing around for about 10,000 years before entering the photosphere, the layer of the sun that we can see. Light then passes through the chromosphere, the transition zone, and the corona to begin an arduous 8-minute journey that ends in your retina. Distilled, the sun you see now is photons from about 10,000 years ago. Finally, the main thing to know about the sun is that it is the main factor for everything on Earth. The wind is caused by the sun unevenly heating the Earth. Currents are caused by the same reason. Hence, weather is a result of the sun. Our food comes when the sun helps power photosynthesis in plants. Every single process on Earth relies on what happens 93 million miles away. The sun nourishes us, and it has the power to erase us from the face of existence.